Hello my love, welcome to your new moon reading. All signs will be included in this video. Starting with Aries risings, my loves, we have a new beginning in money. This is hitting your second house, this new moon in Taurus is, and that is the house of your finances, your money, your self-worth, your assets. And there is this new beginning being called in, honestly. The Fool card and the Four of Wands. Working on your relationship with money to turn it into a more celebratory, exciting, happy kind of relationship is kind of what is coming in, honestly. And then with that, the Fool card, you're kind of being called to really re-examine your relationship with money, with the things that the second house rules over. So definitely take a look at your relationship with your finances. Where do you need to start being a little bit more disciplined? And where can you afford to stop being so stubborn when it comes to that house? What do you need to change, etc. and whatnot? So that's for the Aries risings. For my Taurus risings, this is hitting your first house of self, of ego, of consciousness, of your focus, your appearance. And you, my love, have the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in reverse. I really feel like this new moon, start setting the intention of how you want to be perceived, how you want to look at yourself. Setting goals for your appearance, your identity, and coming into your highest self is going to be massive for this new moon. So if you're really looking for something to focus on with this new moon, self, my love, self. Everything to do with yourself and your expression, and setting goals that align with who you want to be rather than where you're at right now, refining yourself in that sense. For my Gemini risings, this is hitting your 12th house of secrets, hidden desires, fears, hidden enemies, dreams, fantasies, and all that kind of lies beyond the veil. What's hidden? For you guys, you got the 9 of Swords and the Magician in reverse. I would spend this new moon sitting with the topics of the 12th house and asking for clarity where you're needing clarity, and taking a real good look at your biggest fears and the things that you currently fear, and what can you do to minimize them? What can you call in with this new moon or manifest in order to help you cope with these heavier energies and the things that aren't quite seen? How can you improve your mental health, etc. and whatnot is going to be really important with this new moon. For my Cancer risings, this is hitting your 11th house of friendships, community, charity, wishes, your dreams, the things that you want to achieve, groups of people, and earned wealth. That kind of makes sense. The cards that came out for you were Judgment and the 7 of Wands. Something I would focus on during this new moon is, what decisions do you need to make? What people do you need to surround yourself with in order to achieve the things that you're wanting to achieve? What do you need to focus on in order to progress in the way that you're wanting to when it comes to these 11th house matters? And making sure, I would really make sure that your community is serving you just as you're serving it. And making sure there's this equal balance and making good judgment calls when it comes to the people you're surrounding yourself with. For my Leo risings, this is hitting your 10th house of career, reputation, your contributions to society, and your influence. And this card, the Knight of Pentacles, came out, my love. I would really use this new moon to cultivate a plan or an idea of how you want these things to start manifesting into your life. How do you want to be seen at work? How do you want to be seen in general? Write these things down during this new moon and get clear on what it is you're wanting to bring in when it comes to how you're seen, as well as work. Work is massive here. If you're wanting a new job, now is a really good time to write that down and start taking the steps into getting into that position, specifically with the Knight of Pentacles here. So For my Virgo risings, this new moon is hitting your 9th house of spiritual and religious beliefs, your ideology, philosophy, worldview, travel, etc. I got the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups for you. I think you really need to make sure what you believe in is yours. Did you come to that place, or did someone else tell you and you've just been going with it? I think it's a really good time for you to kind of sit with this energy and ask yourself, how do my beliefs and the things that I hold or the things that I live by, are they fulfilling me? Do they feel good emotionally? Do they feel right in my heart? I think doing that kind of little review and writing down what it is you want to experience in these areas, as well as this is a really good time to manifest a trip. So that's kind of what I would do if I was you, Virgo risings. For my Libra risings, this is hitting your 8th house of transformation, sexuality, death, the occult, and things that have to be left behind. Your card is the 9 of Swords. You really need to identify what fears you need to leave behind and what you need to let go of that you do not have control over. I think really sitting down with this new moon and really looking at the things that you fear, as well as looking at the themes of the 8th house, really looking at them and finding how you can develop a better relationship with those themes in that house, where you can start letting go of the steering wheel. You can do it, I promise. My darling Scorpio risings, this is hitting your 7th house of relationships, love, long-term relationships, business partnerships, but also enemies. You got the 5 of coins, the 5 of pentacles, my darling. You need to use this new moon to let go of the things that have really wronged you and have hurt you when it comes to your relationships and partnerships with people, your deep friendships, your relationships, your past relationships, because it's eating at you, my darling. It's eating away at you. So I would really use this new moon to help release, replenish, and move forward from the past. That's what I would do. For my Sag risings, you have the 4 of Wands and the King of Cups, and this is hitting your 6th house of, commutes, your hygiene, your diet, your day-to-day life, kind of the mundane, vitality, your health. I'm really getting, though, for this one, really focusing on how you're serving other people, especially because it's the house of duty. How are you helping? Oh, hello, Lover's card. What's going on with you guys? But you really need to make sure you're serving your people, serving your community, and doing it with a whole heart. So call in the things that are going to help you do those things with a fullness, and focus on how you can better serve your own environment as well. Get on a routine and kind of use this new moon to help you call in some stability. Capricorn risings, this is hitting your 5th house of creativity, pleasure, fun, hobbies, play, entertainment. You're getting the 4 of Pentacles, my love. You need to give more of yourself into these things. You could use this new moon to call in a new hobby, something where you are not creating for productivity. You're creating to create, healing your relationship with creativity and expression and play and who you are when you don't need to be serious, and stop withholding that from yourself. My sweet Saturn ruled Aquarius risings, this is hitting your 4th house of home and youth and nurturing and your family and your family life, as well as sometimes trauma. And my love, use this new moon to really start reviewing where these things have been really bogging you down. Really looking at what needs to be released, what boundaries need to be put up. With the 5 of Wands here and the 3 of Cups, in order to feel fulfilled by these things, you need to start really putting up boundaries, and I would use this new moon to start calling in the things that you need to when it comes to your family life. And last but not least, my Pisces risings, you got the 10 of Wands, and this is hitting your 3rd house of communication, the mind, transportation. I would use this new moon to help you alleviate stress when it comes to the words you say, and don't constantly second guess the way that you're wording things. Don't second guess the way that you're perceiving, because it's been really heavy for you lately, I feel like. So I would definitely take this new moon to call in something that's going to help you work through these matters in a way that's actually going to take stress off your plate. All right, my darlings, that's what I got for you. I love you. Mwah!